to Digicel Business's This or That Cyber Edition.
Good to see you, Liv.
Good to see you, Marlon.
I am Marlon Cooper, CEO of Symptai Consulting.
I'm named Donnelly, Chief Business Officer for Digicel Group.
Let's get started. Security breaches, overhyped or inevitable reality?
What do you think, Marlon? I'd say that's more your side.
Inevitable reality is what I'd say. It's not overhyped. It's happening every day, happening all around us. So,
do you think people take it seriously enough?
I don't think people take it seriously enough. I think most people think it won't happen to me. And so in that sense, people might think it's overhyped. Why is everybody talking about this? It's not happening to me. But when it does happen to you, it's absolutely devastating. So, and it's happening a lot more to more people. So definitely not overhyped.
Yeah, agreed.
Is cybersecurity only for large enterprises or essential for businesses of all sizes?
I think it's for everyone. Like for me, I think it's like you look at governments, that's obviously a big exposure. You look at large enterprises, that's where the money is. But how do you get into some of the bigger enterprises is through smaller SMEs, through smaller companies. We generally find, and Marlon would know more than I would, but it's generally people as well. It's weakness on their laptops, weakness on their phones, how they access data, and that happens in SME and can have a ripple effect back into government and back into enterprise. So it's definitely a top-down approach all over.
No, you did very well with them. You don't need me to say anything on it.
I know, I've been listening to you. I've been learning.
Yeah. It is everyone. It is everyone's business for sure. When you look at how industries are set up, you're going to have a lot of small businesses, fewer larger business, etc. And all those small businesses are aspiring to be large businesses, right?
Yeah.
And to your point, 74% of all cyber attacks involve a human being. So it is everybody's business. And once we can get that message out there, then that'll be good.
Yeah.
When it comes to cyber defense, do businesses need to invest in advanced solutions right away or start with simple but effective steps?
You can start with that one. There's a concept in cybersecurity called defense in depth, which is just layering on things. So if you think about your home and you're trying to secure your most valuable assets, here in the Caribbean, you're going to have a fence.
Yeah.
You go through your gate, you're going to have a grill, potentially, if you're in Jamaica, maybe not in Barbados. You go through your front door, and in the very back, there's a room with concrete walls, and you have a safe. So if you put all those layers in, then you really secure stuff. Now, the big spend is on that elaborate safe.
Yeah.
But if you start with the smaller things, start with security awareness for people, because most of the threats come from people, then you can start to layer on it as the business demands. But every business needs to have the fence and the door and a couple of walls.
A few walls help. And a roadmap.
Yeah.
So you have to think about it. Right? Like I think it's a great example to use someone's house. It's like when you're building a house, you put your foundations in, you put your doors in, you put your door locks in. You're thinking about, how do I make my house secure? It's exactly the same with a business. So you don't have to go all in day one, but you certainly have to have some sort of roadmap going forward.
Yeah, and as you make it larger and larger,
for
sure.
Is it better for businesses to manage security in-house or partner with experts?
It's always a combination of both things. And the reason for it is I can design the most secure system that I think it is, using my house metaphor, unless an expert comes and tests it and tells me that it is up to standard or is measuring it against some external standard, then I really don't know how good it is. So a lot of organizations, especially in the Caribbean, do not have the skill sets in-house for all the things that need to be done.
Yeah.
So like when we're working with a company and we're talking about pen tests, we tell them, do your own vulnerability assessments, and then let us come and do an external pen test. And then we can tell you what's happening in terms of how you're measuring up against what's happening outside.
Yeah.
Reactive security or proactive protection? Which should businesses focus on?
That's a good one. I think, I mean, anything that's proactive is always a strength because you're getting ahead of it. If you're trying to repair something after the fact, that is a long journey. It's going to be a lot more expensive. It's going to cause a lot more pain within your business and whatever industry you're touching. Like I think Marlon can probably talk more on the benefits of the proactive piece, but for me, I think it's going back to the house analogy again. Like if you're proactive about your security, proactive about your defenses that you put in, you're going to have less opportunity for people to come at you.
Yeah.
And as Marlon touched on it, like the reality is the Caribbean now is more and more exposed to hackers and these type of security threats because they think it's weak.
Yeah.
It's not because there's trillions of dollars, it's because they think the Caribbean is a weak point
It's an easy target.
to get to more.
Yeah,
So it's that proactive approach that's critical now.
Yeah, it's an easy target. So to your point, we need more proactive measures in place for sure. Companies are always going to think about a risk when they're spending money.
Yep.
And the fact is that the risk has significantly increased because hackers have discovered, hey, Caribbean, it's a soft target.
Yep.
And so they're coming at us. So we need to be doing a lot more proactive work now.
Yeah, for sure.
Digicel Business or Symptai? Who's the go-to for cybersecurity?
I want a trick question.
Good question. That's a tough one. No, I think it's both. No, it's definitely it's Digicel and Symptai. You know, Symptai is our experts in cybersecurity. They are the front runners. They drive this methodology, but it's the power of the tools together.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole reason why we got involved with Symptai nearly 4 or 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
And we haven't looked back since.
No.
Both businesses have grown and benefited from it. For me, it's a perfect marriage. So we've had very little bumps in the road, but it's very much together. It's not individual companies.
No, absolutely agreed. I mean, Digicel has all these customers. How I think about Digicel is the foundation, the house metaphor is really great now. The network, everything you want to do as a business. I want to scale. I want to grow my business from being small to 10 times, 15 times. All of that technology comes through Digicel.
Yeah.
Right. And then to your point, now that I want to grow and I'm becoming more exposed, I need a roadmap. I need a consultant, an advisor who can help me with all of the products that Digicel is bringing into the space. And so for me, I agree with you. It's perfect.
And with the reputation and the reputation, the credibility, and the history of Symptai, because it's not like Symptai turned up only 2 or 3 years ago. They've been around nearly 20 years. There's the credibility that in this industry and this part of what we touch is so important. You know, Digicel, we're a big company. We're known across all the Caribbean, but Symptai brings a credibility that we just don't have in this space. So that partnership together is absolutely critical.
And it is a skill set that's not abundant. Well, it's the skill set that's short globally because cybersecurity skills are short globally.
Yeah.
And if it's short globally, then when you come into the Caribbean, it's going to be even shorter. So we're very, very happy to invest in it and to be available to serve the customers of Digicel. So I'm looking forward to all the great things that we're going to continue to do.
Absolutely, more of it.
That's a wrap. Got feedback or questions? Drop them in the comment section below or connect with our team. We're here to help.